Welcome back to Mindful Minds and Money. I'm Felix. Today, we are tackling the biggest story in the automotive world, and perhaps the most important economic story in Europe right now. Volkswagen, the world's second-largest automaker and the backbone of German industry, is in a state of unprecedented distress. In March 2026, the company released a financial report that sent shockwaves through the DAX. Profits have nearly halved. The operating margin has bottomed out at 2.8%. And most shockingly, the company has officially abandoned its decades-old pledge of job security, announcing the closure of factories on German soil. Is one of the world's most iconic brands actually going bankrupt? Or are we witnessing a brutal, forced evolution? To understand if VW can survive, we have to look at the three-headed monster currently eating their balance sheet: the China collapse, the software sabotage, and the German cost trap. Part 2. The numbers of the abyss. Let's get into the hard math. If you look at VW's 2025 year-end results, the numbers tell a story of a company running a marathon with a lead weight tied to its ankles. Operating result. In 2024, VW pulled in $19.1 billion. In 2025, that number plummeted to $8.9 billion, a 53% drop. Net profit fell by 44% to just $6.9 billion. For a company that generates over $320 billion in revenue, walking away with less than 3% is dangerously thin. The debt shadow. While VW has $34.5 billion in net liquidity, they are currently staring down a $160 billion investment plan for the next 5 years. They are burning cash to build a future that hasn't started paying for itself yet. Why does a 2.8% margin matter? Because it leaves zero room for error. If a single supply chain breaks, if energy prices spike, or if a new tariff is slapped on exports, that profit disappears entirely. Analysts have pointed to VW's Altman Z-score, a formula used to predict bankruptcy. As of 2026, VW's score sits near 1.01. In the world of finance, anything below 1.8 is considered the distress zone. This doesn't mean VW goes bust tomorrow. It means that under their current business model, the company is fundamentally unsustainable. Part 3. The China shock. To understand the why, we have to look east. For 30 years, China was Volkswagen's gold mine. In the early 2000s, every second car sold in China seemed to be a VW Santana or a Jetta. China provided the cash that funded VW's global expansion, but in 2025 and 2026, the China ATM ran out of money for Germany. The Chinese consumer has changed. They no longer care about German engineering in the traditional sense, the gap between doors, or the thud of a closing lid. They want a smartphone on wheels. They want AI integration, massive screens, and seamless software. Chinese brands like BYD, and Xiaomi are moving at China speed, developing new models in 24 months. It takes Volkswagen 48 to 60 months. In 2025, VW deliveries in China dropped another 6%, but the real pain is in the price war. To stay relevant, VW has had to slash prices so aggressively in China that they are essentially selling cars at a loss just to keep market share. You cannot run a global empire on prestige alone if the biggest market in the world has moved on. Part 4. The software sabotage. Then there is the internal wound, CARIAD. Years ago, VW realized they needed to be a software company. They poured billions into a dedicated software unit called CARIAD. It was supposed to be the Tesla killer. Instead, it became a black hole for capital. The launch of the ID series was marred by glitchy infotainment systems, laggy screens, and over-the-air updates that didn't actually work. This didn't just hurt the VW brand. It delayed the high-margin cash cows of the group, the electric Porsche Macan and the Audi Q6 e-tron. When you delay a Porsche or an Audi by 2 years because the software isn't ready, you aren't just losing sales. You're losing the trust of your most profitable customers. By the time these cars hit the market in late 2025, the competition had already moved 2 generations ahead. Part 5. The Germany cost trap. Now we get to the most sensitive part of the story. VW's home base. Producing a car in Germany is the most expensive way to do it. Between the skyrocketing energy costs, partly due to the loss of cheap Russian gas, and the highest labor costs in the world, VW is at a structural disadvantage. But the real issue is overcapacity. VW is currently set up to produce about 9 million cars a year globally, but demand has stagnated. In Europe alone, VW has excess capacity of about 500,000 cars. That is the equivalent of 2 full-sized factories sitting idle. In late 2025, the unthinkable happened. VW announced it would close the Dresden Transparent factory. Shortly after, they scrapped a long-standing labor agreement that had protected jobs since 1994. This led to a winter of discontent. 100,000 workers took to the streets. The negotiations with the IG Metal Union lasted over 70 hours. The result? A desperate compromise. Workers agreed to a wage freeze and the loss of bonuses in exchange for keeping the remaining plants open, for now. But management is still pushing to cut 50,000 jobs by 2030. VW is trying to cut $10 billion in costs, but they are fighting a system and a political structure that is designed to resist change. Part 6. The Trump Factor and the Tariff Wars. As if China and internal software weren't enough, 2025 brought a new geopolitical hammer: U.S. tariffs. With the shift in U.S. trade policy, German exports faced new aggressive barriers. For the progressive and luxury brands, Audi and Porsche, this was devastating. These brands rely on high-margin exports to the States to offset the losses on cheaper VW Golfs and Polos. When the U.S. market became 12% less profitable due to trade barriers, the last pillar of VW's financial stability began to crack. Part 7. The final verdict: will they fold? So, the million-euro question: is Volkswagen going bankrupt? The short answer is, probably not in the way you think. Volkswagen is too big to fail, not just for Wolfsburg, but for Germany. The automotive sector accounts for 7% of Germany's GDP. If VW collapses, the German social safety net collapses with it. The state of Lower Saxony owns 20% of the company, meaning the government is literally a partner in the pain. What we are seeing isn't a liquidation bankruptcy, it's a managed decline. To survive, VW is becoming a different company. One, less people's car, more luxury. They are focusing on higher-margin vehicles because they can no longer afford to make cheap cars in Germany. 2, smaller footprint. The era of 670,000 employees is over. By 2030, VW will likely be 20-30% smaller. 3, the China pivot. VW is now partnering with Chinese companies like Xpeng to use their technology. Think about that. The masters of German engineering are now buying tech from the students. The tragedy of Volkswagen is the tragedy of a legacy giant. They were so good at the old world, the world of pistons, valves, and diesel, that they couldn't imagine a world where those things didn't matter. Today, VW is fighting for its life. It's a race against time, software bugs, and a changing global order. If they win, they remain a global player. If they lose, well, the Wolfsburg power station might one day fall silent. But what do you think? Is VW's decline a sign of the de-industrialization of Germany? Or is this just a necessary growing pain for the electric era? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the global economy. Stay awake. Stay aware. I'm Felix from Mindful Minds and Money. See you next time.